Both cameras work well. It records front and the back GPS and the speed. The surface works well as a mirror. The menus are easy to navigate. Definitely DaBadNewz approved. I got some good news and I got some bad news. The good news, I am DaBadNewz. In this video, we're gonna unbox, install, and review the Pelsee P12 Plus mirror dash camera. So this is like a rear view mirror and a dash camera all in the same little device. Should be pretty interesting. Full disclosure, Pelsee sent me this for free in exchange for this review. If it's good, I say it's good. If it's bad, I say it's bad. Either way, I wanna give a big thank you to Pelsee for letting us test this. I'm actually really curious to see how this thing performs. I'm gonna just go ahead and open this thing up. Got the mirror, so that's the dash cam. So on the top here, we have a USB Type-C, an AV input, not an 8th, but the even smaller one, like the old school phone microphone. What looks like a micro SD card slot, and also like a 1/8" adapter that says GPS on it. One button here on the bottom, and it looks like that's it. So as far as buttons and stuff, that's it. Just the one button on the bottom, camera on the back. You can angle it, see if you can see that. Looks like it's got some speakers here, and it looks like it just attaches with some little straps because there's 2 hooks on there. 12-inch touchscreen, 4K plus 1080p. Collision detection during driving and parking. Wow. So this thing got some features. Check out what else is in the box. An assortment of cables and all that. Comes with a little GPS module, and then it has the 1/8" plug on there. You got a car charger for power. Oh, and here's the rear view camera. So it actually comes with the rear view camera too. And a pretty long cable, it looks like. Also in the box, and this is the last thing in the box, it looks like we have like a little mini like trim removal tool of some sort. Some double-sided like sticky thing with a couple screws. I thought these were plastic, but these are like rubber. Put one there, the other there, and then your rear view mirror goes like that. And then there's some soft pads right here, so it's not like plastic against the mirror or something like that. So there's 4 of those little dudes. Little warranty card, another little info card. Oh, it actually comes with a memory card, nice. Comes with 64 gigs. We don't hate that. That's pretty cool. Little cloth to wipe it down with, and a user manual. And that's everything in the box. Install looks like it's gonna be super easy since it's just that. All you need to do is take 2 of the straps that it comes with. You'll put them in the little hooks that are on the back of the mirror, and then just loop it around your actual rear view mirror. Something like that. But yeah, that's how that mounts up there. And then for the power cable and the reverse camera input, you'll just plug those into the top and then also grab signal from the reverse light. To access the reverse lights on the Scion XB, there's like this little cover right here. And to take this cover off, you just kind of pop it off with like a trim removal tool, similar to that like the camera actually comes with. So that's convenient. Check that out. The easiest way is just to grab a T-tap, grab power from the wire, and then run that back to the actual mirror. And this is for our reverse input. This is our reverse light. Literally just gonna grab the power wire, which is right here, the red one. I'm adding the tap right now. Squeeze it with some pliers to help it fully snap in there. And then just literally hook that end of there, and we should be good. So this is the reverse light, and I just put on this little T to send power. So it goes from here up to this wire, across this way, and then into this boot. And then it pops out just kind of right here for now, and then this is the actual camera. The cable that the reverse camera comes with is probably 15 feet. I didn't actually measure it, so I'm just guessing. If you have like a truck or an SUV or something like that, you might need to extend it some kind of way. Oh, let's plug the GPS in there too, just because it's up here. Let's slap that dude up there, slap that in there. We might as well just plug in the memory card while we're at it. And then kind of run the wires cleanly, tuck them behind the headline or tuck them down the pillar, however you run yours, and then mount the camera, and that's pretty much it. Mounting the camera is super easy. It comes with some double-sided tape, and then there's also some screws to like screw it down. So what I did is I mounted my camera with a double-sided tape just to verify like that I like the positioning. You'll see it's just kind of chilling out here because I haven't actually tightened it down yet. That's what we're gonna do right now. So in order to prevent that from knocking up against the window, so I put it right up against the window and then just pull it just a tiny bit back. I'm still just using the double-sided tape right here to kind of adhere it to this piece, just kind of to make sure I like where it's at and all that. But even with just the double-sided tape, it works pretty good. If it was outside the car, I would probably want to make sure I had the screws in there to make sure it's like safe. But for inside the car, which I don't necessarily recommend mounting it inside the car, but if you did mount it inside the car, you kind of don't need to worry about falling off into the road. So the screws aren't necessarily as important. I guess we can turn on the car and see if this thing does anything. Not sure if you heard that, but that was from the mirror itself. Okay, so it looks like dash cam, smart driving. Wow, there's a lot of stuff on here. That's me moving the mirror, but I can also actually move just the camera on the back. Oh, that's fancy. It's got some smart driving features, including advanced driver assistance, which is basically, it puts some lines on the screen to like show you where the lane is. And then also it uses the camera to like see the cars and the pedestrians and stuff like that. And they pop up on little boxes. And there's also like some alarms and some warnings if somebody's getting too close or if, you know, there's like a pedestrian or whatever. But to be honest, I didn't use any of those because since I'm always bumping my music really loud, I just wouldn't hear it. I don't think so. Collision detection. I've actually set that off with my bass. So for the bass heads, you might want to turn that off. But I think for a regular person, not a bass build, you're probably fine. It also has blind spot detection, which is basically the same thing as the advanced driving assistance, except it's for the rear. So it kind of has the same type features, but looking backwards. And then there's also the lane change assistant, which puts like an overlay on the lanes. And if somebody is in the lane in an area where you may not be able to see them, the lane will actually change colors. So you're kind of like aware that there's a car there. The one thing with that though, is that I feel like it kind of just took up too much. Like maybe if you could like dial them back a little bit, like make them a little more transparent or something like that, then it would be a better feature. But for me personally, it just took up too much of the screen, kind of covering up the lanes, you know what I mean? And to be completely honest, these cameras are actually pretty wide angle. So like there wasn't a time when a car next to me was not visible from the rear view camera and not visible from my side mirrors. It's actually really good at showing you a nice wide angle of what's behind you, and even to a degree what's kind of next to your car a little bit. For that alone, this thing's awesome. There's also voice control features, which to be completely honest, even at this point, I still haven't even tried. I listen to my music loud all the time. That's kind of the whole point of my car, so I don't care about features like that. But it does have voice control, and by voice control, it has 10 different commands you can use, which is basically like turn on, turn off, start video, stop video, you know, things like that. When you're using the dash cam or when you have the reverse camera on, there's actually a compass displayed that tells you which direction you're going and gives you a speed reading. And honestly, the speed was pretty much in line with my speedometer. It just updates a little slower than the speedometer. I don't actually connect it to my phone or anything like that. I just haven't really needed to. Having it just kind of doing its thing on its own has been completely fine for my needs. Little button on the bottom to clear it, to make it just like a regular mirror. So this is with the screen completely off, and I mean, it's pretty good. Everything looks clear, everything's easy to see, like pretty usable, I think. It's different than a regular mirror, but it's like a color difference, not a light or dark difference. At nighttime, you can still see everything perfectly fine. And to be completely honest, I don't think I would use the rear view camera as your actual rear view mirror unless you like absolutely needed to, because like it just doesn't really function the same way, you know, especially because the surface is super reflective. Like during the day, it's just not really feasible. When you actually throw it into reverse, it basically keeps your reverse settings different from your just regular backup camera setting. But let me show you why it might not be the best option for bass heads. So yeah, that's a little bit of an issue. When you're just cruising around, it performs fine, you know, but if you got a bass car, it's just a little too much weight, especially like on the front of the mirror, so it just immediately starts twisting up, so be aware of that. One of the cool things that this camera features is it has the Pelsee Cam app. To be completely honest, 100%, I didn't dive super into it because I just frankly didn't really need to. But once I did open it up, I was actually really surprised by all the stuff it could do. So not only do you connect to your camera and you can adjust all the features and whatnot, but you can actually see a live view on your phone of what the camera is seeing. And you can like, you know, select which camera and all that. But the crazy thing is that when you are looking at the videos, you actually have a map of that video. So it shows you the start and end point of that specific video, and while you're watching it, it's showing you on the map with a speed, like with, you know, how fast you're going. And that could be cool for different reasons. I don't know what you do, but I could see different reasons why that would be a pretty cool feature to have. So it is a little Black Mirror-y. You are like, wow, this thing's really following me around all the time and probably sending my information back to Anyway, to download videos off of the memory card or off of the camera is actually super easy. You can do it on your phone if you want to download like 1 or 2 videos at a time. If you want to like completely download the whole memory card, I would definitely recommend just taking the memory card out and putting it directly into your computer. It was fairly fast to download per video, but to download like a bunch of them, it's just much faster to just hook it up to the computer. The video files are a .ts format, which is kind of weird, but they're definitely usable files. I think it's because it has the GPS information and all that other stuff. It's just more than a video file. So they're usable, but like you may have to convert them to something else. That being said, another quick note about using them, what you see on the screen when you're driving your car is super clean, super nice. When you actually watch the TS file, it's a little funky. Everything looks like it's glowing a little bit. The light kind of changes in a funky way. Like, it's almost like security camera footage, you know what I mean? Like, it does have 4K, it is clear, you can see what's going on. It's just, you know, it's not all that aesthetically pleasing. And I really want to clarify, this is not actually a bad thing because this isn't for content. This is for if you get in an accident or if something happens, you have some documentation. It's a great dash cam. It's a great backup camera. I wouldn't shoot YouTube videos with it. That doesn't mean I wouldn't use the footage every once in a while though. And that's not a bad thing. That's just like a missed opportunity. And that's something I could say about all of the negatives about this are really either specific to because I have a car audio build, or just kind of like not my favorite, but not really a big deal. You know, like none of the problems I have with this camera, with this mirror, are deal breakers. They're all just kind of minor, like, I wish it was a little different, but I'm fine with how it is, you know? I'm not a super big fan of the wires poking out of the top, and I'm also not a very big fan of the fact that it's just kind of strapped onto the back of the mirror. But you know, it's not all that bad. It's not my favorite, but I'm not gonna cry about it. But yeah, overall, I'm super happy with it. I'm gonna keep it installed. I'm actually really appreciative that Pelsee sent me this because it's really cool. As just a dash camera, rear view camera, this thing is great. Just looking at the pure functionality of it, both cameras work well. The surface works well as a mirror without the cameras. The menus are easy to navigate. Like the settings are, you know, pretty clear to understand and easy to change and all that. And I like the fact that like, it doesn't just record the front and the back, it records the GPS and the speed and all that kind of stuff. As far as like a backup camera, that's also a dash camera, that's also a rear view mirror, not really sure how else it could be much better other than the video compression being different. Something in that area a little different and this thing would be absolutely perfect. And even still, for what it does, it's really great. Definitely DaBadNewz approved, absolutely. And also shouts out to them for being patient. This was supposed to be released a while ago. If you want to check it out, there's links down in the description. Those links are affiliate links, which means that as an affiliate, I'll receive a small commission. You'll pay nothing extra. And it's really just a good way to help support this channel while also picking up your new Pelsee reverse camera. And also make sure you hit the link down in the description for those new DaBadNewz stickers. I think probably the easiest way to help get the clearest image out of these cameras is to have some decent headlights. And if that's something you might be interested in, you should definitely check out this video where I installed the ones that are on my car now. It's a bit of an older video, but I'm actually still using the same headlights today, so I think it's worth checking out. Plus, that's pretty much all I got for this one, so I'll see DaBadNewz first.